Okay, let's see what we have going on here. Microphone. We're good. It looks like I apologize for the low quality audio and video. I had to make this mobile setup work because we are going live from the lab today. Oh, and this outlet does not work. Trying to charge. There we go. We are good. Okay. Welcome everybody to the Prep Talk live show. If it's your first time here, my name is Kissa. I am an entrepreneur in the food business. My family runs and owns a company here in LA called Ninong's Dessert Lab. And I am coming to you live from the lab today, which is why I am using my husband Charlie's laptop, and I'm using the camera from the laptop, and I'm using the internal mic. So I apologize if sound and video quality isn't its best, but you know, we're trying to make it work. So after the episode, once this gets put on live, I will be putting the chapter markers in the description below in case you want to jump through the episode after the live is over. So normally what I do is we talk about business, we talk about life, we just talk about all the things. I usually start with what happened last week, kind of what's on the table because of everything that happened last week, and we just kind of plan for the week ahead. Hey Heather, thanks for joining in. Oh, am I lagging a bit? I probably am. I am having Wi-Fi issues here at the lab, so if I am lagging, I apologize. It's because, our Wi-Fi here is not the best, and so I'm trying to make it work. If it doesn't work though, what I'll do is I will go on live again, and I will try to get a better connection. So let me know if the quality is super bad. I will try and fix it as best as I can. All right, guys, so let's see what happened this past week. I was thinking about all the things. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. If you guys haven't watched the previous episodes of the Prep Talk live show, I'll put them down in the description for the replay as well, but you could check out the playlist. I've been talking about prepping for our trip to Hawaii. We're going to Hawaii on August 1st, and so we have been turning up the heat when it comes to work, because what we want to do is, of course, try and enjoy our time and try and enjoy our vacation as much as possible while we are out of town, right? So that means we got to put in the overtime. We have to put in the work before we leave. That way there is still money coming in. The business is as prepped for us being away as possible. And then when we come back, then we are full steam ahead after the vacation. So it's been a lot of prep these past 2 weeks, and that's kind of what we've been focusing on. But on top of that, there is just, when you are focusing on something else, there's so many opportunities, I think, that just kind of come your way when it, that saying, when it rains, it pours, right? So it's been definitely a season of opportunities just pouring in, and we are so grateful and we're so happy that those opportunities are available for us. But it's hectic, so I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little stressful. But I think as the weeks have gone on, the past 2 weeks, every time we do an event or we do a wholesale order or whatever it is, we learn from it, and then we get better every time. And so this past week, we didn't have as many wholesale orders, but we knew one was going to come in before we left for Hawaii. So what we did was we prepped a little bit. and we're finishing off the order this week. So I'll talk more about that order when we're talking about the upcoming week and what I'm doing to plan. But, last week was it was hectic, but it wasn't like something that I couldn't handle. And so we prepped as much as we could. And I think because of that, I feel less stressed this week. So that's a good thing. What else happened last week? I have some new coaching clients that have come on board in the last 2-3 weeks. And I'm so excited that aspect of my brand and my business is really starting to pick up. It's just such a fulfilling feeling being able to help others and to serve others. And I really do feel like I'm finally in the place and career that I'm supposed to be in. And up to this point, mind you, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 19 years old, and I'm 36 now. 36? Yeah, 36. So it's been a long time coming, but up until maybe a year or 2 years ago, I had no idea how I was going to get to where I am today. I just, I thought I knew, and I would just kind of go and work and do my best and then see what happens. And there's not anything that has ever transpired that I have regretted. Everything has brought me to this point. Oh my gosh. Say hi. Hi. This is Micah. You guys have never met Micah. He's never been on the show before, but this is our little cutie, my baby boy. And he's just talking up a storm. So on top of that too, on top of business, there's just so much going on with him. He's growing so much, so fast, and I want to take it all in. I want to enjoy my time with him because these moments are fleeting. The first time he says a word, or the first time he says a full sentence, or he's carrying conversation, those things are just things that are so, they're important moments that go by so fast, and it's so fleeting. So I've been trying to soak him all in and enjoy the time I have taking care of him and being home with him and all that stuff. And last week was no different. I knew this week was going to be crazy. I didn't know how crazy it was going to be. It's definitely more crazy than I had anticipated, but I really soaked him all in last week because I knew it would be really busy this week. So coaching clients, we got all that. Everything business-wise has been really good. We had a pop-up in the Arts District in downtown. My dad was watching Micah for us, and so we were, please. Hi, guys. Sorry. I think my internet was lagging, super lagging, and it disconnected me. So I apologize. It's like 25 minutes into the live show and it just stopped on me. So I apologize. I hope that it's still working. Okay, so that is what is going on this week. We have that huge order from We have to fulfill 1,000 units plus more. So there's more that needs to come in, or that we need to produce, that we need to deliver on time. And there's on top of that, our regular online orders that we have for our business. And we have to prep and pack and get ready for our trip. And then we have a pop-up this Friday, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. this Friday. So we have to prep for that pop-up as well. And we have to prep for certain orders that have been placed while we're away. So there's a lot happening this week. I can tell you the only thing that I think is going to keep me on base and sane is my Notion setup, to tell you the truth. It's such a stressful thing, and I always forget. I always tell myself, oh no, that I'm not going to forget. I'll easily be able to remember. It's not going to be an issue. And I forget something every time. I tell you guys this. It's so embarrassing that is my situation. But honestly, even if I've done our pop-up setup 20 times, 30 times, 100 times, I feel like if I don't check, I'm going to forget something. And without a doubt, I always do. So I'm going to do my best. No, actually, I'm going to check my Notion setup daily, multiple times a day, to do my best to not let anything slip through the cracks. Honestly, it will, but at least with the tools that I've created, it'll minimize all of the variables that come into play. And so let's go ahead and share my screen. All right. Let's see. So here's my screen. Let's go into, oh, this is Charlie's. That's okay. So here is my Ninong's Dessert Lab agenda. This is our HQ. So it has all the things. I've done a walkthrough of this in the past. So if you want to watch a video about this and how I break it down, you're more than welcome to check that out. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So let's create an agenda for this week, as we normally do. So it's going to be, let's look at the calendar here. July, it's going to be for July 26th to August 1st. So July 26th to August 1st. All right, so let's load up our weekly template. This is a template that I've created so that all I need to do is click on this and it loads all of our projects, all of that stuff, and all I need to do is filter through it. If you want to watch the template walkthrough, I will link that down below as well for the replay, and you guys can see how I've set up templates. And you can, what's great is you can create your own from scratch, or you can literally start one from Notion, one that's already been created by Notion, and then customize it, which is really great. So that is the template that we have. And then let's go into our orders. So this week, let me show you. So if you guys see, I have an orders tab here, and it's set up like a calendar. I apologize, guys. This is what happens when I'm not at home. But we have our delivery for our supplies. They just arrived, so I might have to hold Micah for a little bit. Live shows, man. Anything can happen in a live show. But this is our orders database. So I share this with Charlie. I share this with my aunt also, because she does all of our baking, and she needs to know what the orders are for that specific week. Ooh, sorry. So here you'll see you can see on a calendar view what is due this week. So I'm going to actually update our order. So we're going to do, I need to change this to 150 cases, and then I can remove it. All right, so this is our order. This is our order for this week. And actually, we are going to be delivering it on Thursday, so we need to have that ready for Thursday. And then I can link it to a weekly agenda. So I'm going to link it to July 26th to August 1st. That way, I'll show you guys where that shows up. I haven't sent them the billing yet for this. All right, so this is our one order for this week. I also have an order for next week. We have an empanada order. Oops, I need to remove this, sorry. For one of our wholesale vendors. And where is she? She's here. So I keep track, that way I can invoice her properly. But for, let's see, for August 4th, she has an order. So we're going to do August 4th. She's doing 2 dozen chicken, 1 dozen longanisa, 1 dozen spinach. Okay, cool. So that is there. And we're going to change the due date to August 4th. That's when it needs to be delivered. I'm actually going to work on it this week so that it could be delivered next week. All right. What else do we have going on? We have our pop-up. So let's go ahead and add our pop-up at Cafe Aficionado. Pop-up. All right. So I'll put it for this Friday. And then I'm going to put menu. And we'll do, let's see. I know we're making pancit. We're going to have pastries. And then Charlie and I will have to go through this so that we can go into more detail about what we're going to put in here. But I love that whether it's a wholesale order, a special order for a retail customer, a pop-up, you can see everything by calendar view, just like I showed you, and everything is in one place. So there's no reason why you wouldn't know about what's going on. Because everyone that you share this with, you could easily tap into a card and figure out what the situation is. And that's really important to me. It's really important for me to know what's going on. Now you can see this database, these orders, in a different way. I like seeing it in calendar view because, as you can see, that's today and I know how many days I have until I need to produce my product or deliver my product. But you can also see it as a table. Here's another example. So here are all the orders, and you can filter these by due date, by name, whether it's done, all of that stuff. But I personally, like I said, like to look at it in calendar view because it really helps me to see everything by date deadline. Okay, here comes Micah. Here he is. Okay. So that is our orders for this week and next. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Ninong's Dessert Lab HQ. And then I'm going to open up our weekly agenda. So I'm going to hit open. I'm going to open it as a page. See how it's floating right now and you can see stuff in the background? If I open it as a page, it puts it straight into the browser, which is what I want. Okay, and so what's happening is the orders that I had put into the calendar, you can see here. And I find this really, really important because what happens is I can easily see what I need to get done this week and only this week. So if I want to, I can, for next week's weekly agenda, you'll see the empanada order, for example, come in. But I only want to focus on what's going on this week. That's really important because it's easy to get overwhelmed when you're looking at your orders database that way. If you're looking at just the database and you see all the orders, it's hard to focus. And I focus on life week by week, and this is why I set it up this way. You can definitely change it. You can change it to daily. You can change it to monthly. You can change, or you can keep it at weekly. You could do 2 weeks at a time. So what's great too is that you can customize this so that it works best with the way you naturally make sense of things, you know. And for me, like I said, that's weekly. So, hold on, Micah. So that our orders are done. Now let's do a review of the projects. So this affiliate program, I've been really trying to get going, but I haven't even started it yet. Oh my gosh. And so that's been here since last year. So embarrassing. Almost a year coming, and I still haven't been able to work on it. This pop-up, hello if you hear me, is now complete. So I'm going to hit complete, and it's going to disappear from our projects. Field market in June. Ooh, that is complete. That can be removed. June newsletters are complete. Move items from storage. This we've already kind of started. We're trying to remove our products, our old equipment from our restaurant. We're trying to remove it from our storage unit to save monthly, because you obviously have to pay rent on that storage unit, and so I want to save as much money as possible, and we're going to try and move it into our garage for now, since we've made some space in our garage. So that is already in progress. Every time we go to the storage unit, we take a little bit more every time, and so once we come back from vacation, this project is definitely going to be on the priority. All right, next, pop-up cart. This we're working on, in progress. The cart itself is almost complete, but there's a lot changing and a lot happening. And so when I get back from vacation, I'll explain all of that stuff to you guys, but that is definitely in progress, but it's also changing. So we were originally also going to do a pop-up at our friend's restaurant, and they are actually expanding and moving into a larger location, so that is being paused for now, and then I have to do a cost analysis on certain items that we want to carry in the future. All right, so tasks. Order has been placed, so we probably will not do another order until August 13th. So as you can see, when I change the date, it moves it because it's filtering things that's only due in the upcoming week. All right, and then file receipts I definitely need to do. I'll probably work on that today. And then empanadas I need to work on Wednesday. Perfect. All right, so that is done, which is great. Now let's go back to Ninong's Dessert Lab. So as you guys can see, I have more weekly agendas than this. We have weekly agendas from May and June as well, but I have filtered this so that it only shows July. And then when August comes, I'm going to filter this so the only weekly agendas I see are from August. And you can change this, like I said, you can change the way that you see these, but I like to see just what I want to see, because if I look at everything, it just overwhelms me. So if I were to remove the filter, for example, you guys can see there's so much to look at. And if it's not relevant to me, there's no need for me to really see it, right? So that's why I put these in place. Add a filter. Name contains July. Okay. So there we go. As you guys can see, I only have weekly agendas from this week and the week before that, but the weeks at the beginning of July were so crazy that I didn't even make time to make my weekly agendas. And you guys know, I've said it in previous episodes, those crazy stressful weeks, I'm gonna go back, those crazy stressful weeks that I had, that is the moment when these productivity tools really come in clutch. I can't stress that enough. And if there's anything that I learned within this month, it's that. The times where things get so crazy that you don't even have time to check your to-do list, your planner, your agenda, those are the moments where you need it the most. And so this week, I'm trying to remember that so that I can pause and take time to really look at my agenda or my list to make sure I'm doing my best to stay on top of it all. And I have to say, I'll give you the example I gave in a previous video. The last time I didn't create an agenda, there's a huge problem because we had orders that were on tight deadlines that we had to deliver. And because we didn't create a list, a grocery list, we didn't create a to-do list, we didn't create the lists that we needed, we wasted so much time. And one example that I mentioned was we had to go to the grocery store to buy supplies, and we thought we had gotten everything. And then when we got home, we unloaded stuff. We were in the process of cooking and baking, and we realized we forgot an item. So we would have to drive all the way back to the grocery store, look for the thing, stand in line, check out, drive all the way back home, and then we wasted 30 minutes of time. And the whole reason why I told myself that I wasn't checking the agenda or creating a list was because I didn't have time to create the list, or I didn't have time to look at the agenda. But if I had spent that 10 minutes, it literally takes 10 minutes because of all the things that I've created, the templates in Notion, all of that stuff. If I had just taken the 10 minutes minimum, or maximum, the 10 minutes maximum to look at the list and the agenda, then I would have saved myself 20 minutes. And when you're on a tight deadline and things are coming down to the wire, every second matters, right? Like, maybe it's just me, but I believe that every single second matters. And if I'm wasting it because I was foolish, I get so mad at myself. I get so mad because I already built these systems. I built these systems so that it won't happen that way, and that I'm doing things in an efficient, productive manner. And I didn't look. And so this week, lesson learned from that lesson, I'm going to look 3 times a day, because as you're going, right, like if I checked my to-do list at 9 a.m., which I did. I checked my to-do list at 9 a.m. It's now 12:43 p.m. I just looked at my to-do list with you guys right now. There's a lot of stuff on there that I forgot, right? And as the day goes by, I'll realize, I need to do that. I need to do that, and the list grows. But if I don't enter it in, it can easily get forgotten. So easily. And then if I'm on vacation, there's nothing I can do about it if I need to be physically present to do that task. So checking in 3 times a day is going to be really important for me. I'm going to check in one more time today at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. my time, and that will be my moment to kind of close out the day and say, okay, there are a few, I basically keep doing things until 7-ish, because by 7, Micah needs to eat dinner, he's going to start winding down to go to bed, and so I need to have as much as possible, and it doesn't happen this way every time, but I try as best as I can to be done by then. Doesn't always happen, but I try my best. That way, I can focus on Micah, and then after he goes to bed, then I can go back and do work, because usually Charlie and I are doing something like we're packaging pastry, or we're baking, or we're doing something like that while we're watching TV or whatever it is. So, but my time to put Micah to bed and all that, like if it's me putting him down for bed, I want to make sure I'm 100% present. If Charlie's putting him down for bed, like it's not a wrench in our flow, but you have to change gears because you have to focus on him. He needs things, and he's relying on us to do those things and help him with it. So I have an alarm set for 5 p.m. I know that I basically have 2 hours left to do the things that I need to do. And so whatever doesn't get done within those 2 hours, is probably realistically going to be put to the next day. That's usually just how it goes. And so that alarm will go off. I'll look at my Notion setup one more time, and then I'll mark things completed, or I will go ahead and add stuff or move stuff to the following day. So that's kind of how I close out my day with my Notion setup. So lesson learned. I'm dedicated to working on that every day this week to make sure I'm on top of it. I didn't bring my affirmation cards. I also usually do an affirmation, and I pick from the deck of cards that I have. But since I don't have them here today because we're going live from a different place, I will do it on my Instagram stories. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, I will link my Instagram down below, and I would love to connect with you there. If you have any specific questions on Notion, on running a food business or being an entrepreneur, anything like that, the best way to contact me is through DMs on Instagram, and I would love to connect with you. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. So go check it out there. I'll also, like I said, post on Instagram story what the affirmation is for this week, because I hope that those affirmations help you as much as they help me. All right, guys. So our delivery came in. I got to contact the fam and let them know to come back because everyone is waiting for the delivery to come in. And now that it did, we got to get back to work because we got 1,000 units due on Thursday. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. No live show next week. No live show the week after because I'm going to be in Hawaii. But the following week when I get back, I will definitely post on Instagram to remind you guys that I'll be around. So thank you guys. I'll see you in a few weeks, and let me know if you guys need anything. Bye.